Hello, my name is Avnish, host of Navigating Journeys, a series that explores individuals who have made a career out of their interests and passions. Today, I spoke with Mansi Karmarkar Shevde, who is an international gymnastics coach. She went to Baku, Azerbaijan for the Gymnastics World Cup. She also went with Maharashtra team in Uttarakhand during the nationals that happened this year, and she also coaches right here in Pune, in my hometown, training young athletes who also want to play the Olympics and the Asian Games for India. I asked her about her journey. I asked her about what she felt when she finally went to Baku, as she dreamt about representing India when she was a 6 year old. So, this journey is about a young kid who dreamt of becoming something and perhaps achieved it, how she did that, how she overcame all the self doubts, and how she went on to become the owner of the biggest gymnastics facility in Southeast Asia. I hope you enjoy the episode. Hello and welcome to Navigating Journeys. I am at this fantastic facility, Infinity Gymnastics, with Mansi Karmarkar Shevde, right? Thank you for first of all giving me the time. And I've been here multiple times. I've talked with you about gymnastics, but I haven't talked about your journey. And this is important to me for this episode. So I know that you don't like to talk a lot about yourself, but you have to.
Okay, I will try my best to do.
So first of all, like, how are you? How is everything
I'm
going?
good, I'm good, I'm good.
So why gymnastics? First of all, because I want to understand out of all the sports that are popular in India, you chose gymnastics. Why?
Basically, gymnastics is called a mother of all sports. And when I was young, I had a good flexibility. So my mother decided that either I should do swimming, dance, or gymnastics. So at the age of 6, I started doing gymnastics in modern high school, which was famous for its rope malkham. Earlier, rope malkham used to come under gymnastics. So I started doing that, and after a while I started at Maharashtra Mandal Tiyok Road. Then I joined Muktangan, for where there is a Sai Academy. So from there I shifted to Shivaji Mandir Sanmitra Sangha, where till the end I was under Ajit Janande sir, who was my coach and who is now right now my partner over there. So because of him, actually, I am still in this sports, to tell the truth, because every club I went, I almost went to all the clubs in Pune for gymnastics, but I found very interesting coach, and his techniques were very international style, because he himself is an international player, Chhatrapati awardee is there, and he himself is trained under Russian coaches. So the technique he teach, the way he coached was very different and unique from the other clubs where I was under coaching. So he developed a very good process in my thoughts about gymnastics, that we should love the sports you do, and so seeing him, I decided to continue in this sport.
Okay, so he was a part of your process where you
Very
decided
important
because
part, I would say 90% or 80% of the part in gymnastics is because of him. And basically after 12th I was more interested in coaching than playing.
okay.
So he also supported me for that okay, now if you are doing coaching, then do 100% coaching, don't do 50-50, or play some and coach some. So interestingly, when I was in sub junior in Aurangabad state, he was playing senior.
Okay.
So in one or two competitions we have both played in the same competition, but in different age group. So he is the very important factor in my
So how long
gymnastics
have
training.
you known him? Are you saying if you count in years?
Okay, I have known him since I was in uh, 10th. I was 11 years old. So
Okay,
now
so
I'm
it's
32.
been a
So it's been more
while.
than 20 years,
Yeah.
around 20 years, 18 to 20 years I've been under, and I'm coaching,
So,
still learning from
so
him.
that his as a coach, he was someone who convinced you to, take up gymnastics as. I want to ask about your mother as well. You said that your mother put you in gymnastics. So, how important was it that she was someone who took you to play any sport?
Even she herself was playing at a very low level. She used to play badminton,
Okay.
or she used to play, I think so, she used to play general sports, which you call, but she is very interested in sports. She watches all the matches or any competitions if you see on TV, like badminton, tennis, or gymnastics, football, World Cup. We all, in our house, we all watch all types of sports. So she herself was interested in putting me in
So
sports.
how important do you think this is for anyone, for their parents to be interested in sports first
Supporting
of all?
parent support is very important. I'll tell you one thing. When I was in 8th standard, from 8th to 12th, for 8th to 10th, 3 years, every day I live in Nalstop. So every day from Nalstop, we used to go to Balewadi, train there for 3 hours, and return come back to again. Every day from Monday to Friday for 5 days. Every day I used to go at 4 o'clock. She used to drive, come back at 8 o'clock, come home, prepare food, cook your meals, take my homework, let me sleep. And again in the morning, I used to go for practice before school in Shivaji Mandir. So from 6 to 7, I used to practice in Shivaji Mandir, and again take me to Shivaji Mandir at 6 o'clock, practice there from 7 o'clock to 7 o'clock, drop me at school, and pick me up school at 1 o'clock. Or I used to go by cycle.
So she was living your part of that training as
Very
well,
much,
because it
very much.
was,
Yes, both
yeah.
my mother and father have supported me very much. Every decision I took, they have always supported me. Even when I started coaching, and they didn't ask me any question, they just said, "Okay, if you want to coach, you can go ahead with your coaching."
So again, coming to gymnastics and why? Because again, the aim of this section, you can say, or like navigating journeys, is to just understand why people do the things they do. So, what attracted you to gymnastics? Because, to be very honest, for someone who watches sports, it looks fascinating. But I have been here and I have seen that it's 90% is just training with no actual, like, no one is going to give you a medal to just show up and do your exercises. So, then what attracted you to come here in gymnastics?
Basically, I like to flip and take flips and turns and that. So that attracted me a lot, because if you see, it contains a lot of physics. How when I grew up, I understood the more science behind gymnastics. In football, if you see, you just have a court and you do dribbling, and it's a
Yeah.
goal. So it is only
Yeah, a bit simpler
a
task.
bit simpler task
I
than
mean,
this.
to achieve it, it's
Yes,
difficult,
correct.
but the goal is
In
clear.
goal
Like
is
the aim
very
is clear.
clear.
Yeah,
In badminton, same thing.
yeah,
One technique and you can improvise
yeah,
it.
yeah.
But in gymnastics, you have four different apparatus
Hmm.
all together. In on those apparatus, you have different elements, and for every element there is a drill. And the speciality of gymnastics is, if you do that element, if you choose one element, and if you do it first time in the whole world, then it is named by your name. The element is called by your name. So
Okay, I didn't know that.
yes,
Yeah.
so if you see some elements, we call it Sukara or Shapashnikova or
So
Moe.
they're
So
named
these
after
are the
those
names of
athletes.
those gymnasts who
Yeah.
have done these elements for the first time.
Oh.
So we have a lot of scope for this.
Hmm.
Even if it is a simpler element or a complicated element, if
Hmm.
the element is done for the first time
It's
in
named
any
after you.
international
Yeah.
competition, so it is named by you.
Yeah. That's amazing. And so, did you play, like, how long did you play as a gymnast before becoming a
As
coach?
a gymnast, I played till almost 12th or first year. So around
And
18,
what
19
was the
years.
highest that you could achieve in
National gold
nationals?
medal. Yes, I am a
National
national
gold
gold
medals.
medalist. Yeah,
Some from Maharashtra,
from
national
Maharashtra.
gold
Yes,
medals.
national
All
gold
right,
medalist.
that's amazing. But now, not to downplay that achievement, but of course we know that nationals is not the highest anyone can go. It's the highest someone can go from. You know, if you the domestic level is the highest. Uh, what do you think made you not go beyond that? if it's possible to be honest.
To be honest, it is reality that after 12th, I started getting more interested in coaching because when I was in 12th, I was still coming to the gym, but not doing that much how I used to do for train for 6-7 hours. To 12th, I just did for 2 hours. At that time, there also when I had an off day or when I had off session, I used to teach the small kids who were in our gym. So that interest developed more than playing for India. Actually, playing for India was my dream, but probably
Yeah.
I didn't. Uh,
Could be like, yeah,
I didn't
and
do
I
that
understand.
much
Yeah,
to. I didn't train that much
yeah.
to become an international player. But to become an international coach today in
Yeah.
Baku is
Yeah,
itself achievement.
I am going to come to that because again that was something that I wanted to ask you off the record as well, like what was the experience. But again, now coming to coaching now, so you're saying that you were getting interested in coaching. Why though? Like what attracted you in terms of coaching?
Basically, in gymnastics, as I said, there are four apparatus. So the challenges are more. I like to face more challenges as I can. So a kid, and basically main part of gymnastics is the age. The smallest age or the youngest age from which we can start gymnastics is 18 months or 1.5 years. At this young age, no other sports can be done apart from gymnastics because it contains hand-eye coordination, action balance is there, hand-eye, foot-eye coordination. Then there is an aerial sense which the kids have, very good sense which the kids have, and basically they don't have fear. These so small kids don't have fear, they just go and jump. So that makes me more interesting to coach them at that level. And the highest level which can coach is adult gymnastics, like you and me, or even my father who is now 60 years of age is coming here doing his fitness. He jumps on trampoline, he likes to roll, he likes to do something challenging, he likes to try or do a handstand or headstand. So the range for teaching gymnastics is from 18 months to 60 years old. So that is a quite a big range which we can
Yeah.
teach.
So first of all, congratulations to your father because he's coming here at the age of
He
60
is
and doing
coaching
it.
with me.
Yeah.
My mother and my father are coaching with me since last 10 years. They
That's so
are,
the entire family is coming and
yes, yes,
enjoying that
definitely,
process.
definitely, yes.
So would it be right to say that you kind of fell in love with this overall complexity of this sport plus
Definitely, yes.
the
Because I have,
accessibility others
correct.
could have
Hmm.
like throughout their
Also,
ages?
coaching, one of my parts of coaching was to open my own center with sir's help, of course, but to have my own center because we didn't have that facility in Shivaji Mandir. So we went to Balewadi, which is 20 kilometers from my house. Every day coming, going 20 kilometers, coming 20 kilometers in the morning, going 5 kilometers and coming. So it was quite hectic. And the problems we faced over there, that's a different story. But to avoid that and to have all the facilities under one roof, to have my own center was one of my dreams to be done in coaching. And the challenge which uh, I took it as a challenge is, I was not able to play for India. So I would now like my students to play at an international level and win medals for that. Because right now, just when I went to Baku for the World Cup series, it is possible for India to win a medal. But going through, after a systematic plan is developed, level wise training is developed, or if we give enough time for the gymnast to cope up with the competition or to have the main preparation done, it is possible for India to win a medal in coming years. Because the level wise training which we introduced for the first time, sir was in UK and then US and Australia. So what he learned was there was level wise training. I coached under him in Australia for 6 months. So I also got to know the levels. Any international gymnast you take is going through those levels. It is as simple as a school.
Hmm.
First standard, second standard, third standard. So you get
Based on your
based on your
capability,
capability,
you
your
rise up.
mental ability,
Yeah.
your emotional, your physical ability, you go through those levels. So it is similarly in gymnastics also. You
Hmm.
can't teach a first standard kid 10th
Yeah. Yeah.
level or a very complex element.
Yes.
First, you have to teach what he is capable of.
But then, is this not implemented right now in the Indian system, or
In Indian system, it is still not implemented. We introduced the level wise system for the first time in India.
we as in
We
Infinity
as an
Gymnastics,
Infinity
you, Ajit
Gymnastics,
sir?
or the one which before we were teaching, Millennium School of
Yeah.
Gymnastics, but I and sir only coached over there. So we both introduced this system for the first time in India. Now many clubs are starting with their level wise training, but overall in India, I think so. In the coming years, it
Yeah,
will
because it
start.
makes sense. It absolutely makes sense to first teach me
Yeah,
level
first
one,
teach
and then
ABCD,
yeah,
then teach words, then teach sentences.
yeah,
For
yeah,
the first
exactly.
standard student, you can't directly teach a sentence. So every gymnast you take, international, you take Simone Biles, you take Alia Mustafina, or any male gymnast you take, every gymnast goes through levels. Once they
Yeah.
complete their level, then allied gymnastics is
Yeah.
what we call.
So, coming back to coaching, and so I'm assuming that uh, you like to pass on that knowledge to young athletes, and that's why you. So, was this facility then when you started coaching, or was it not? And what was your first thing that you did as a coach? So, because you don't become a coach just because you wanted. Obviously, you have to have a job or maybe give some exams. So, what was that process first of all, and how does this facility that you have built, which will come in detail, but the just beginning of it, how does can you just give me that timeline?
After my graduation, I completed International Sports Science Association's Youth Fitness Training Program, which I got 100% marks in it. And I also did some children coaching and other workshops online also I did. And I went to Australia with sir, where I was training under him for around 6 months, 6 to 7 months, where I understood the coaching system, how the coach treats his students, how coach is coached by senior person, or senior coach is coached by junior coach is coached by a senior coach. So I understood a little bit of system in it, how systematically the gymnast develops, how the club develops. So after coming back from there, sir and I decided to start a facility, but we decided not to start a facility just by saying adding two mats and one beam, how it is usually started in Pune, I would say, or in India. If we have a little bit of space, so we will start slowly, slowly. We didn't wanted it that way. We
Yeah,
wanted
okay.
it to be well equipped facility.
Professional
So
from the start
professional from the
itself.
start,
Yeah.
yes. I also learned a good professionalism in over there. How a professional coaches takes his time and leaves. So that was not there in India during that time. So when we came to Pune, we almost searched all schools in Pune. We gave many presentations, we gave many applications to the schools. So Anvit Phatak of Millennium National School was interested, and we did a partnership with him and started a small facility of 4,000 square feet over there. We almost ran for eight, 8 years, I think so. But we wanted now a big facility because our gymnasts were developing quite good, and they needed the foam pit, which is the advanced foam foam pit arena. It is used for advanced in gymnastics, advanced elements you do
Why
in
was it
gymnastics.
important? Why was it important to have that?
If you see the facility over there right now,
Yeah.
the foam pit contains a lot of foam boxes beyond beneath the surf. It is some 2 feet down the ground, and on that there are a lot of sponge boxes, you can say, which are of different density, which is very soft. So even if you fall on your back or if you fall on your tummy, you
Okay.
don't get hurt. So
So it's for injury.
that eliminates
Yeah.
fear. No,
Okay.
injury
Eliminates
is one
fear.
of the things, but
Also
the most
eliminates fear.
important thing is children don't fear if they fall. If you do a element and you fall on a crash mat or you get injured, the first thing comes in mind is fear. I won't do, I will get feared, I'll get injured. So that was our concern, that injury free gymnast should be there. Injuries are part and parcel of life, definitely. That's a second side of a coin. But we can avoid those injuries, and to do advanced elements, these children need some freedom to do those elements. So we needed the foam pit facility and some other facilities as well. So we, at that time also, we served a lot of spaces, and sir's bigger sister, Bharti Tai, we call her, she found this place, and then the negotiation started, and we built this facility in June 2022, and classes started from over there. So this is the East Asia's biggest facility right now. Even if you go in Singapore, Malaysia, or anywhere, you won't get this type of such a big facility. So we started this facility, and classes around June 2022,
Okay.
these
So
classes started.
this sounds like we talked about your childhood. For a 6-year-old who is first for the first time doing gymnastics, this is an impossible thing. I mean, you can't even think that there's going to be the biggest in Southeast Asia. So obviously you had to, I think you had to develop a lot of other things, more than just having passion to gymnastics. So can you just tell me what were some of the important things that you had to learn, first of all, as a gymnast as well, who is now not just playing for fun but actually representing a state, and then also coming to this, like switching to coaching, and then when you are in Australia, obviously you're learning a lot of things, that it's not just about telling what I want to the kids. It has to be systemic, like you said.
So basically, system is you have to run a club, and to run a club, you need a system. For that, you need the coaches, you need some financial support. Then you need some planning, planification for the next 10 years, for the next 5 years, for the next year, for the next day as well. So basically, we facility develop program was our main aim. क्योंकि this type of the more facilities you give a gymnast, the easier it becomes to achieve the elements which we want. It is starting from the basics. So drills, we need some drills. For those drills, we need some apparatus which are very specific to that drill.
Also, if I can interrupt you, so I also want to know about your personal changes that you had to bring in yourself, because or something that you had to learn, because if you are a gymnast playing nationals and now you are going and trying to build a facility, as a gymnast, I don't think you have thought about how I am going to manage this financial year, what is this target,
No,
and
the financial problem was our biggest, one of the biggest
yeah.
problems
So I want to know
we
about
faced.
that personal journey, because again, just to give you a cue, because a lot of people want to become something, but when they start their journey, they identify that there are a lot of other things that I have to learn to achieve this, and sometimes we don't want to do those things because those are maybe boring, it's overwhelming as well. Sometimes it's beyond us, like it's very hard to do Excel sheets, for example, and try to see if I have made this month. So tell me about that as well.
Uh, yeah, learning computer was my. I am myself. I'm graduate in BSc Computer Science, but I'm really not interested in computer that much or programming. But I had in when I was in Australia, I saw that the head coach or the assistant head coach who is present in the gym is the first person to come in the gym, and is the last person to go out of the gym. So that is the first thing I learned, that coming on time and going on time. Don't come late after the gymnast come, because gymnast sees you as your mentor. Just like I see Ajit sir, I was seeing Ajit sir. He used to come at 5 o'clock in the gym. I used to come at 6 o'clock. So now it is, as a coach, it is now my responsibility to come first as a before the gymnast
Yeah.
come,
So
and
do you
then
remember, do you remember how that change happened in you? Like, did you just put the alarms 1 hour before, or did you also go to sleep before? Like, how did you figure out, okay, I have to be the first, or how?
It took time.
Yeah.
It took some around 2 to 3 months for me to figure out. how much time I need to come early, how much time it takes for my transport. And earlier, before marriage, I was living only 4 kilometers away from my gym. So it was only 10 minutes. Even if I get up, sometimes, even if I used to get up late, फटाफट 10 मिनट्स में तैयार होके जिम में आ सकती थी. नाउ आई लिव 20 kilometers far from my gym after marriage. So it took me around 2 to 3 months to figure out, convincing my in-laws, my husband as well, that it will take some time for me to adjust in both the facilities.
So now we're here, like you have now decided you want your own thing. And again, it wouldn't have been just as simple as doing gymnastics, right? There would be other few things. So I want to again, like I want to take you to those days when you didn't actually have a clear picture, but you were now in the process to just define that vision, define what I'm going to do in the next 2 months with Ajit sir. So just tell me about that process.
Basically, when we saw this facility, it was just a plain ground. So we had to build everything from zero. So starting from ground planning and developing this facility, how the facility should be, was absolutely new to me. I know how to develop a gymnastics facility given all, but building this facility right from the industrial structure we have studied, that was very much unknown to me. So I learned a lot from during the construction.
Yeah.
Also I
So it
learned
was
a lot.
again a process.
Yeah, that was the process. Then developing the ground plan. So I have a system, I have a software in my laptop which gives me exactly where I can fit which apparatus. So I have developed that software. So it becomes easier to have a plan.
Yeah, and you have to learn those things
Yes,
as well. So
yes.
it makes
So
it easy.
if you see our ground plan, it is exactly how I have the installed all the apparatus. Every inch and inch of this hall is used by the apparatus. So this takes planning. And the next challenge was the apparatus bringing. We imported to bring in those apparatus. We ordered the apparatus from Taishan company, which is in China. So it took 5 containers, 5 big containers of apparatus. And when the apparatus were here, the facility was not completely developed. It was still developing. The foam pit facility was still under process. So we had to stack all 5 container apparatus in one place, cover it all. And the main thing was that all the 5 containers were emptied by all these gymnasts. We had some 20 or 30 gymnasts with us, me, myself, my family, Ajit sir's full family, and all these gymnasts. We emptied 5 big containers in approx 8 to 10 hours. So that was also one of the challenges we completed. And then building this facility after the completion of the hall it took almost 2 months. We started in April. So April, May, 2 months we were, including our gymnast, we were all right in the facility from 6 a.m. to night 9 a.m. We used to sleep here, we used to eat here. Our families used to cook food and bring the tiffins to us, so that you don't go over there, take some rest. वो time नहीं जाता था. So you do whatever you want, you do it here. We'll give you all the food.
So this was your home, your office,
This
everything
was
for
our
those
home for the
2
next
months.
2 months. Yes.
Yeah.
Still almost till June end. But in June the classes started simultaneously. So in the morning we used to develop the facility. In the evening we used to take the apparatus. We used to take the classes.
So in all this process, did you ever have self-doubt? Whether it's about becoming a gymnast or having this
Many times.
yeah. So
Many.
how did you overcome that self-doubt? And I want to talk about your mental uh, battle. I mean, you could say, because self-doubt has troubled me a lot of times. Like, can I do it, can I do it? And sometimes you keep on sort of thinking and overthinking about it. So just can you tell me about that
Yeah,
experience?
some many times it was during building this facility, or it was taking a lot of time for the hall to get developed. So we were in the very hurry. We were in a hurry that we should start the facility so that the process is financial process uh, starts in a process. तब तक क्या था, कुछ था ही नहीं, नो इनकम, नो नथिंग, नथिंग वाज देयर. सो दैट वाज कब बनेगा, कैन आई डू इट, विश कैन वी कंप्लीट दिस फैसिलिटी इन टाइम. बट after talking to my parents, my in-laws, my sir, Ajit sir, I used to get the confidence, or they used to give me the confidence कि नहीं होगा होगा, पेशेंस रखो, पेशेंस रखो. So, or after reading many interviews, seeing many interviews of big persons, business persons, sports persons, it it became a it came in my process. No, trust yourself, and things will happen. It will take time, but your task will be completed.
And so, uh, like you said, do you think then, having that support again to talk with someone about this is important again? I
Very,
mean,
very
yeah.
important. Very important. My husband plays a big role in this because I used to talk all rubbish with him, anything which, and he used to listen. He had his own thoughts. He used to tell me, no, don't do it this way, do it that way. I will help you in developing this facility. So,
So I can't just imagine, because all of your aims, goals, they are now focused on this area. Like we want to build that, and it's like, and now we're seeing it as a beautiful and complete structure with everything placed everywhere. It's kind of perfect. But then I can imagine that without all this, it would have just been this,
it was always in the mind, just going inside the mind. And
again, I mean, it would be chaos, right? Like the equipments are stacked in one
if you see
corner,
the
and
earlier pictures, you will get to know that it was almost all the apparatus was stacked till this floor, because we didn't have the place to open them. We were all eager to open them, but the facility was still developing.
like, was that like the toughest period you have faced
Yes, that
mentally?
was one of the toughest periods we faced to open the facility on time. We had a target of June 1st, and till April, March end, the facility was still developing. So we were very anxious to start that. We have to complete it in by May end. At least 50% of the facility should be developed and equipped, so that the classes should be started. Our aim main was to the classes should getting started.
So now, about, I was thinking, you said that you had support from your parents when you entered this. You had support from your coach when you started doing this. Yes, you ran into financial troubles, but you were aiming at something bigger. It was maybe not just about securing your financials, but it was something bigger. uh, can you talk about what does future hold for you, and what is that vision also you're seeing for this facility as well?
Our ultimate aim is to win a medal for India in Olympics or World Championships. So we are planning accordingly for each of the gymnasts. The one who are training for the last 10 years, or have played international, have played national, or won a national medal, we aim for them for the next 3 years or the next 4 years to play an international and win a medal. To go for the Olympics, there is a process. We cannot just say, I want to go to the Olympics in coming 2032 in LA. It is in LA, I think. So in 2032, and doing nothing for the first 3 years and directly saying, नहीं अभी तक 2032 आ गया, अभी मैं Olympic में जाऊंगी. It is not that. There is a process for the gymnast to go through all international competitions, to play, not just play, win a medal at international level for a specific period or some specific competitions, and then you are qualified to go for the Olympics. So जैसे रिवर्स इंजीनियरिंग होता है, सो वी डू अ रिवर्स इंजीनियरिंग. इफ वी एम नाउ फॉर 2032 ओलंपिक्स, then before the 2032,
Yeah, what all you have to
what all we
achieve,
have to
what are the
achieve,
short
yes,
term goals? Yeah.
starting from international medal to district medal, we have to plan accordingly. if a gymnast is trying for 2028 Olympics, which is coming in 3 years, some of the gymnasts are capable from India to from our club also who are capable to participate in 2028 Olympics. For them, the planification is different. For the one who is now 14 years
Training
old,
for the
who has
next to
just
next
entered,
Olympics,
correct.
it's
For
different
him,
for
it's
them. Yeah.
different for him. So every gymnast has a specific planification we do.
Wow. So you have to. So did you see something like this when you were playing? Did anyone tell you how you can aim for the national goal? Did you also plan it
Yes,
this
yes,
way?
yes. Sir planned for me
So
accordingly.
you
He
as a
used, he had a
yeah.
sheet
Okay.
where he showed me the timetable for which Monday to Saturday, what all apparatus we have, what all conditioning we have to do, what is our aim, what is our achievement for today. So, and also reading many mental training or mind strengthening books. We are now implementing those kind of structure in these gymnasts as well.
Yeah. To
So
be
these
mentally
to be
stronger.
mentally
To
strong, to be mentally prepared, and what you have to do the next day. Even they are included in the planification which we do. So if I aim for the upcoming nationals, say if we have nationals coming in the next 10 months. So in the next 10 months, before the 10 months, there is a state, then what elements you have to do. You have to prepare a routine for that gymnast. So according to his ability, what will be his routine. So if he also has to have his own mind, so we ask them also to create your own routines, how much you are capable. They know their own capacity, or they can aim for the higher capacity they want. So we also tell them to imagine yourself in that place. See, if you are going at an international level, imagine you are on a stage, you are performing your own routine which you have composed, which you have done for so many years. So a routine is composed according to his ability. He composes the routine, and then, as I said, reverse engineering. Then what elements, how we can plan those routines, those elements per month, half routine.
so as a coach, you have to look at their dreams simultaneously and give them a roadmap, and a long-term roadmap. Not yeah, not just for the next tournament. And good coaches have to do that.
Good coaches, if you see Michael Phelps' coach, Bob Bowman, who he was there. So in his book, he said he was planning for 2016, I guess, and he took up a meeting in 2013 for all the swimmers, sorry, not gymnast, for all the swimmers, and he gave them, each of them, a paper. There were some 8 or 10 of them, a paper in which he had it. And he said, I have the timetable for the next 1,372 days. I have each and every day
Yeah,
what you have to
map
do, what
down
map
everything.
down.
Yeah.
So that was very interesting for me to plan for the next 3 years, not just next month or the next 6 months. He planned for the next 3 years, which is not a joke to do this, and he achieved that because of this planification or periodization, what we call. We kind of see where the gymnast is going towards. Is he going towards his aim, or he is not going, or he is obstructed somewhere, or he is stuck up
Yeah.
somewhere?
So you're helping him or her steer that course as
Yeah,
well.
we
So
just give, we channelize them.
yeah.
We give them the channel, and they go through that channel. If we think they are not able to go over there, or any they are facing some obstacles, then we are there to help them.
So is there a difference now between the athletes and what you were at the same age in terms of maybe mental capacity or the capacity to
Right
perform
now,
those routines?
see, these gymnasts have all the facilities now which we have given them, which I didn't have that
Yeah.
facilities.
And will that make a difference
It
in
will definitely make a difference because they can aim for higher routines now, because of all the videos and live TV channels, and live Olympics is shown, specific channel is given for gymnastics now. So that gives them the aim that we also can achieve, or we can also can do this, because they are also humans. They also have the same blood. They also have red blood. We also have red blood. They have 10 fingers. We also have 10 fingers. The human body structure is the same. So we also can achieve what they can achieve. So these gymnasts can now aim for higher elements or higher routines at international level. And also, two of our gymnasts now in this facility are international gymnasts. So that also gives what you can for smaller children an inspiration.
Yeah, younger athletes to look at them. Okay, he's standing right here and he's has gone there. Yeah.
Practicing with me as well, because everybody is same over here. So the beginner also practices on the same ground. The advanced level elite also practices on the same ground. So the beginner person comes to know that yes, he is doing. He comes every day on time. He practices every day. He writes his diary. He is very specific about things. So taking inspiration from that, younger develop faster. Younger gymnast develop faster.
Is gymnastics or like the system of gymnastics or the scenario of gymnastics better than your days in India?
Yes, right now we only developed better days for
Yeah,
these gymnasts.
except you, is there then the overall scene, is it changing? Is it, I'm
Yes,
talking about all
definitely.
perspectives,
Correct.
even looking at it
It
as
is
a,
changing
yeah.
because now financially also these gymnasts can get good prize money if they win in specific competitions. So financially also independent these gymnasts can become. And also there are many facilities now opened, not just in coaching. They can have their own costume designer, they can design their own costumes, they can choreograph, they can photograph, they can play as a gymnast is one.
Yeah,
So
so overall industry as well,
overall
like
industry is
it's, yeah.
also developing at a good pace.
Yeah, that's great. Now, I would like to give you a few minutes to just describe to me your experience of going to Baku, because I think it was a big step for you as well, right? You know, going from, you know, playing at Shivaji Mandir to now going to Baku. What was that experience? Did you ever reflect, like after going there, did you reflect upon anything in the past? And like, you know, there's a moment, right? Yeah.
The biggest challenge was going to Baku for me was basically my daughter, because she is just 7 months old right now, and she didn't have a passport, because it was very at an early stage. I got to know that I also will be going to Baku.
So you were going as a assistant coach,
I
like
was
what
going
was
as an Indian coach
Indian coach? Oh, all right.
because my gymnast Satakshi got selected for the World Cup, and in World Cup series there is no compulsion to have only one coach. So I was assisted as the India coach for her and for the team.
Amazing, amazing.
So
Congratulations. Yeah,
thank you.
yeah. Going back
Yeah.
to,
So the biggest challenge was for me. One of the challenges was my daughter, who will be staying here in India with her both the grandparents, or will she be coming to Baku with me? So, but due to her passport was not sanctioned or was not there with me, and we had very little time. So we decided that she will be staying here with her grandparents, and I will be going to Baku. So that was my biggest challenge, to leave her at an 7 month old kid for 8 days, 8 or 10 days. But once I decided, my both my in-laws and my mother and father, people from this facility, parents from this facility also support that we will take care of her. You just go and experience.
so these are some of the sacrifices that always come and go every time
Yeah,
when we are
many
doing. Yeah.
now. Yeah, because firstly, she's traveling with me when she was 4 months old with my mother. Then at 6 months, she played two nationals. She came with me for Kolkata National with my in-laws, and then we went to Dehradun for the national games with my mother. So she's also used to traveling, and she's but she's a good girl, so
Yeah.
she can.
Yeah. Baku Mister, we can say that.
Baku
Yeah.
is the problem. Anyway, but the second challenge we faced was that of the visa and the tickets, because it was very on the edge of the competition to have the visa and air tickets. But Government of India and they sanctioned our visa and air tickets were in our hand just 2 days before. So we were a contingent of 19 people. Ajit sir was also there with me. I, Ajit sir, and Satakshi, who is the gymnast from Infinity, were from Pune. And Satakshi is the first gymnast after Ajit sir to play an international competition or to get selected for the World Cup series. So that is
Amazing.
also an achievement for
Yeah, yeah, of course.
Infinity
One of the
to one
boxes
of the
ticked.
boxes
Yeah.
ticked. Challenges as such because when we went to Baku, I saw the system, how the it was an eye opener for me, basically. What we do in India and what actually the world does at an international level. I learned a lot of system related things, how a gymnast comes, how much does
So
he
there's still a
work
gap
out,
we have to
yes, how
work
much
as a
does he
country.
work out before the competition, how the why the Chinese or Japanese gymnasts are at the top level or any international gymnast are at top level and why we are still at the beginning. So I got to know a big gap. What is the gap uh, between them and us? So if you see Oksana, who is now a 50-year-old gymnast, the oldest gymnast who is still at an international level, she practices 2 hours before the competition and 1 hour after the competition. Her competition finished the day she won the gold medal on vault. The next day she was in the gym doing the same practice again.
And
Because she
here,
was
yeah.
preparing for her next international competition. So, discipline, what is I call, plays a lot of importance in a gymnast's life. So that was really an
That's the level now we are looking at.
yes,
Like
that is the level
that's the
we
minimum
have.
they are doing. So we have
Yes,
to
we have
be
to
there.
aim at that level. If we want to aim at that level, taking World Cup or any international competition for a medal tally, then we have to work on these very small but important aspects of a gymnast. Or their mental training, they meditate for 10 minutes compulsory before sleeping, after getting up. So I asked what their lifestyle was. So they used to meditate for 10 minutes before going to bed, 10 minutes after getting up from the bed. Then practice, have their breakfast, take some rest. Again in the evening, come for practice, have their dinner, and go to sleep. It is a very, you can say, monotonous routine for any player, as it is said.
All right. And for someone who would like to, or someone who is watching a parent or a young athlete, if they want to come into gymnastics, should they come in gymnastics first of
Always
all?
welcome. Infinity Gymnastics is open to all.
Yeah.
Basically, parents must have what parents need is what parents need basically is the result. But we what we tell them is life of the gymnast is also as important. So उसको एक अच्छा इंसान इंसान भी होना चाहिए. He should be a good human being as well. Although even if he doesn't achieve the medals which you expect him or he expects, he has to be a good human being as well. What if he wins an Olympic medal and he cannot talk in the public, if he cannot talk properly in the public or respect his elders, respect someone who is younger than him or elder than him, then there is no use.
Yeah. And also, it's so important because, I mean, when we look at sports, people will look at the highest level and say, if you don't do that, probably you haven't achieved your goals. But that's not true because if you are looking at an engineer, we don't say if you don't become the CEO of Google, you haven't quite achieved. Because if you are a good human being, if you stick to what you like fundamentally, you can still make a living out of it and still
Yes,
be
we
happy
always
being
give
around it.
the example of the milk. When we boil the milk, you get the cream. So if you remove the cream, which is the top here, the remaining milk is not useless. It is still used. Paneer can be made of it, or some ice cream, or any product can be made from that milk. So that doesn't mean that even if you are not on the top, you are useless.
Yeah.
Some of
That's
the
such a good
other
message.
that
Yeah.
some of the other some or the
Yeah.
other things you are able to achieve
Yeah.
them. You should be able.
Yeah, and last question. Obviously, following your interest and passion and converting them into career has helped you. What would you like to say for people who want to do it but are on mid? Is it worth it? Is it worth it to try and do what you like?
Yes, definitely. You should try, and basically, don't just try, keep doing it. Consistency is one of the factors. Key, I have read in something in some company CEO or this that what you started should be going for the next 1000 days. You try to do it for the next 1000 days, which approximately is 3.5 years, and then decide if you are going to continue with this work or you want to try something other. Abhi maine now I have started, and in the one next month I want the profit, or I want the profit, I want the results. That won't happen. It needs patience. It needs a lot of patience. Some days are very good and some days are very bad, which you, like I said, we have self doubt. Can I be able to go? Will I be able to do what I want to do? But ups and downs come. So keep doing it. Keep doing. Keep have believe in yourself, and believe in the process as well. Keep doing the process. One or the results. One day the results will come.
Amazing, amazing. So, did you enjoy the
Yeah,
conversation?
definitely. My first interview, and I enjoyed a lot.
Yeah,
Yeah.
thank you so much for giving me the
Thank
time.
you. Thank you.
Infinity Gymnastics is a amazing facility, one of the biggest, as Mansi ma'am said, in Southeast Asia. And you can come here, visit this if you're interested in gymnastics, if you're interested in sports, and hopefully follow their account, follow Infinity Gymnastics, follow Navigating as well if you like to know why people are the way they are and how different industries work, what you need to be in that industry. And hopefully you like this episode. Until next time.